Hey everybody, and welcome to Spiked with Yosefu.
Uh, Hello, I'm Yosefu. I play the Belmonts, primarily Simon, in Mississippi, but I also go to Tennessee sometimes or Alabama. Unfortunately, I can't drive myself because I'm too young. I don't have my driver's license. Uh, I'm just gonna stop there before I go too deep into everything.
Okay,
All right.
and I'm gonna go ahead and get to the first question. I know you've
Okay.
mentioned some anime on Twitter, so name your personal top three.
Really like JoJo's. Uh, I didn't. I didn't get into it uh, at the same time that a lot of my friends did. I was just kind of late to it. I'm not really sure why I didn't want to watch it. Uh, After that, Gurren Lagann. I always forget that. I really like Gurren Lagann, but for some reason I forget it anyways, despite it easily being a top three for me. Uh, Even when I was thinking about this earlier, I couldn't really come up with a number three. What's the third one? I guess Death Note. I I like I like that sort of detective sort of thing, and it also has like it's a cool concept. That's something that I like about it. Like if you were to get that sort of power, like how would you use it, or would you use it at all? Oh no.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, I held away because I tried
Okay.
to roll back. I DI'd away because of that. Okay,
Okay.
for the second question, and feel free to correct me if I am wrong. At KIT Summer Bash, how did it feel taking the tournament in a close set against Name Fireball? Because that pop-off was something, I saw that.
It felt really great. I mean, the
The
first set was so close. I knew I could take it. I I knew I could take it in the reset. But when I went down 2-0, I kind of started. Well, I didn't like lose hope, but I was thinking like, oh well, he's warmed up now. This is going to be significantly harder than it would have been to take the first set. But then after that, I got my head together. I started taking things just one game at a time, which is just a bit of a side note. Before up to that point, I don't think I'd ever pulled off a reverse 3-0 in tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had gotten close one or two times before. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'd gotten close one or two times before. Uh, and both of those times, I was thinking from the start of game four or game three, like, okay, I need to reverse 3-0. I need to pull off this crazy comeback. But in that set, I wasn't thinking about reverse 3-0. In fact, for like half of the first game, or first for like half of game three, I was thinking, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to start thinking about second place, just accepting that. But then once I got to the second half, I realized, all right, actually, this is doable. This matchup's doable. I'm starting to figure it out. And then I was just like, all right, well, I can't start thinking about the next game yet. I have to finish this one. And then the same thing. And then he took me back to stadium, and it was like, okay, it's gonna be hard here, but I think I can do it. And then it just went the same way for game four, and then game five. Once I got in game five, I was just very relieved that I had pulled it back that far at least. And I was like, all right, I can definitely take it now.
And I saw you just
And
completely fell on the floor. Oop. You completely fell on the
yeah,
floor. You tweeted
I was
you tweeted something like I was a different person that day or something like that.
yeah, I was playing super insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just felt so different. Like for the next few days when I was playing, I was just doing very different things. It's like The few days before then, before KIT, I had been like watching sets of like riddles and other top Belmonts, and like I was looking for stuff that I could implement into my own games, and I was doing that like in practice. Uh, and then it just carried over into the tournament really well. I was able to do uh, a lot of techniques and strategies and stuff that I just picked up from these other players.
So what made you pick up Simon in Smash Ultimate?
So a few months before he was even announced, I had started playing Castlevania. Just because it's like I like a lot of those old NES games, you know, those like iconic ones. I wanted to just play it, and I ended up. I kind of enjoyed it, but I also kind of got frustrated with it and stopped playing for a while. Once Simon was announced, then that kind of motivated me to go back and finish the game. And I ended up really enjoying it, so that pretty much solidified me wanting to play the Belmonts. Like before, I was like, I'll just check them out, and if they're cool, then I'll play them. But then after playing that game and really liking it, I was pretty interested in just maining them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be an important distinction. I did intentionally pick to play Simon over Richter. I picked Simon over Richter because I've only played Castlevania 1 and 4. I'm kind of slacking on Castlevania. I intend to play more of the games, but as of right now, I've only played 1 and 4, which are games Simon is in. I have not played any games Richter is in, so it would be a bit fraudulent to play Richter.
How long did you try to make Little Mac work in this game?
I tried to make him work for probably a few weeks, and then I was just like, all right, he's just significantly worse. I don't know how I can. Wow, I got bodied. Then I just kind of gave up, and then like every few weeks or so, I would be like, all right, I feel like playing Mac again, and then I would give up within the day again most of the time.
Just a disappointment for the character?
Yeah, I was just like, all right, that's why I don't play him. I had one of those things happen, but it lasted a bit longer, like maybe a week or two, since I just started feeling better with him. I got onto like his combos a little better, but then I realized, oh wait, they all still suck.
I saw you tweet something about thinking a jab combo was real or something like that, but it was just training room.
Yeah.
What's the first moment memory you have with Smash Bros in general?
My first memory with it in general, it was with Brawl. I couldn't have been older than like 5 or 6 at the time. It was in a GameStop. It was set up as one of those like demo games that you just play. It was in the middle of a match. I remember specifically it was on that scrolling Donkey Kong stage. You know, the waterfall one.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked up the controllers. I didn't realize it was a fighting game. I thought it was just like a platformer, you know. And my brother was telling me to fight the computer that was jumping around. And I was like, wait, what? Fight him? I didn't know it was this sort of game.
So what do you think it was, you said?
I just thought it was a platformer, you know? I was just jumping on the platforms, going up with the level.
Jeez. I've never seen you use Ganon at all.
Yeah, there are a lot of subtle differences and like movement and stuff that make him a bit different to use from Smash 4 Ganon. Mm-hmm. Like he's obviously better, but it's just a little hard.
I'm surprised that came out, to be completely honest. Uh-oh.
Aw.
I thought that would actually hit.
Yeah, me too.
Now we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the Ganon 7v1, which I know you have seen. So, I don't know if you know this, but I'll say it just for the sake of it. You have one shot to pick any of the legal stages. I'll let mementos count. I don't really care. Take 3 stocks from all the Ganons. They have to be on teams. And you can pick any character you want. Use any tactic you think is fitting for this. But you only have one attempt. And no one has beat it so far. Of the 3 people that tried. No. Got kind of close.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to be the one. Versus this holy European man. I'm going right off the ledge immediately. I want nothing to do with them on stage. I'm just going to let them beat each other up a ton. Okay, they're all grouping at the ledge, throwing stuff at them from the other side. I'm running away. I'm terrified. Oh no. They're beating each other up really well. I'm just going to sit at the corner and throw some stuff. Okay, they got in on me pretty fast. Oh no. I'm off stage. They're following me off stage. Oh geez. I'm in a mess. A few have died. I have not yet, which is surprising. Every single one of them just jumped off stage after me. I'm still alive. It's crazy. A lot are dying, and I haven't died. Maybe I will be the one. Oh geez. Oh my god. I just blew up. I just got choke slammed into like 8,000 F-cent, which is... That was not good. Ah. One of them threw a Warlock Punch. I did not get hit, fortunately. Oh no, my shield. Man, Cross just messes them up. I just toss it in there and it goes through all of them. One of them broke their shield in the mess of Ganon. One less Ganon to worry about for now. Oh no. Oh gee. Okay. I'm alive maybe? Not quite. Well, This is so close now. It's not really close, but it's relatively close compared to most people doing this, you know? One of them is defeated. That's surprising. They're sharing stocks, so I lost track of myself and took 60%. That's nice. Oh no. One of them threw an F tilt, or an up tilt, and it killed like all of them. I have 4 Ganons right now. No, I died! No! That was so good though.
How many?
Alright, I'm happy with that.
Save the replay. Also,
yeah.
How many Ganons were left?
There was exactly 4 Ganons left.
With 1 stock each.
Yes. Wait, no, not one. Maybe not 1 stock each. I didn't see that.
Number 6. What is your hardest pop-off at any tournament in Smash Bros? Doesn't have to be Ultimate. Just your hardest pop-off you can remember.
Definitely. It's definitely KIT, like without a doubt. The only thing that would come even close would be after beating C2 at Smash Finale. Before that, I hadn't really popped off at all. I just didn't really. I hadn't really built up like that emotional response to sets up until that point, I guess. Which is kind of odd because I was, after just about every set at KIT, I like jumped up. You know, like every set in top 16, it was everything. Well, okay, I guess I'm dead. Well, every set that I won was considered a good. I would consider a good win, pretty much. So I was pretty excited with just every single one I got there.
Man, you edgeguard like no Simon I've ever seen before. It's crazy.
Yeah, it kind of puts me in some bad situations sometimes.
Alright, take 30% and die. Oh, I didn't think you'd make that back, to be completely honest.
Me neither.
Okay. Where did the tag Yosefu actually come from originally?
It's just something that like in like middle school, my friend like put my name into some Japanese translator sort of thing, and it gave me Yosefu.
And you stuck with that ever since?
Yeah.
That's not that dumb.
Well, I mean, like before I put it in like Smash, I would put it in like Kahoot. We would do in class, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then it eventually became my tag in Smash. And to this day, whenever there's a Kahoot, I always use Yosefu as my tag. And the funny thing is, my teachers are better at pronouncing it than TOs are.
That's pretty funny. What? It was like Piranha Plant side B to grab. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh. Yeah, Bowser, Holy Water on Bowser is a bit different. Like,
Cause tough guy?
yeah, because Tough Guy just makes it not really work for a good amount of time. Oh no.
Yeah.
Like throwing it forward, if it comes in contact with like any projectile or any move, it'll just stop and go right back. But
okay.
if it's coming on the way back, then it doesn't lose to anything.
You're done? Okay.
You just have to respect it.
What was the, this is probably fitting. What is the first tournament you remember going to, and how did it go?
Remembered. Well, I didn't go to any, like, when I was young or anything. I didn't go to any, like, tournament at a library or something. The first tournament I went to was What the Fox 2 in Memphis, or wherever. I think it was Memphis. I was, like, either 13 or 14 at the time. I don't remember. I think it was 13. But anyway, it was a pretty good tournament to be my first one. Like, before I went there, I didn't expect it to be as, like, big as it was, you know? But then when I got there, the first tell was, like, I got in line with my dad to like, pay for the venue fee and entry and stuff. And then H-Box got in line behind me.
Oh!
I was like, wait, whoa!
Did you know H-Box beforehand?
Yeah. I was familiar enough with, like, competitive Melee and Smash 4 and stuff to know, like, who people were.
Wait, this was for Smash 4 or Melee?
Well, both were at the tournament. But he did play in Smash 4 too. There. And then after that, when I got in, I was just kind of standing around, like, looking at people. I was just like, wait, whoa, those are all people that I recognize. Like, these are top players.
Did you fight against any of them?
I'll get to that in a second. I can... That ties into the story pretty well, I think. So anyways, I was just kind of nervous and standing around. I didn't really know what to do. Eventually, some guy, thank God, some guy came up to me and asked if I wanted to do some friendlies, and I was like, oh yeah, sure. We ended up taking a setup right next to M2K and the Buzz. They were labbing stuff for doubles, and I was just like, whoa, I'm sitting next to Mewtwo King.
Where was What the Fox 2 at, actually?
It was in Memphis.
Okay.
And then eventually, once bracket started, it turned out if I won my first round, I would have to play M2K in my second round. So that was pretty cool. And so yeah, I did win my first round. I won it 2-0. And then I was just kind of, you know, nervous and excited and like, oh, I'm getting 2K.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually uploaded that set to YouTube. That set is on YouTube right now. It's it's very bad.
Did he win 2-0?
Yeah, pretty easily.
I feel like I might have seen that set before, actually. That sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah. And before the set even started, like, so M2K was, like, somewhere in the back area. He was asleep. He he was taking a nap. And before MTK even came out to the setup, Zero sat down behind me and he was like, "I want to watch," because Zero was there too, of course, and all these other top players. And I was just like, "Wow, that's crazy." And then he watched me get 2-0'd dominantly. So yeah, that was fun. And then right after, MGK went over to a table and fell asleep again. It was fun though. I enjoyed the experience. I ended up going 2-2 in bracket, so pretty good for a first tournament, especially one of that size.
Okay. I like that windscreen because it looks like Simon is just being a kid and playing with the whip. Very funny.
It's a
It's a reference?
Yeah, it's a reference to a thing in Castlevania.
Oh, okay. The last question I'll ask is, can you name your... I have an idea of what you might say, but can you name your top 3 games outside of Smash in general? None of the Smash games count when you're naming your top 3 video games.
Okay, well, this is something that I've actually considered, like, before I was thinking about this video, like, so my top 3 would be Punch-Out Wii, Castlevania, and GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. Pretty much they're all hard. That's a good way to put it. That's a good generalization of them. They're all challenging. I had to work very hard to beat all of them. They were all tests of my determination and willpower to be very anime about it. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, and that returning cross can't be deflected either.
Oh, that's interesting.
Going. Like the hitbox changes. But,
that is cool. I like being able to do that. Also, I think I only had Lost Arts in there for like 0.5 seconds. That was weird.
Yeah, he gets it back so fast.
Oh. No! Okay, I thought it air dodged
well.
upward. I air dodged upward, and I guess it went sideways. Okay. Well, the only thing I could say more is if you have a Twitter or anything you want to plug at all, now would be the time.
Well, I do have a Twitter at Wonderful Yosefu. I'd considered changing that at some point, but I think I'm gonna keep it.
All right.
That's about all I have.
All right. And thank you. I appreciate it. See
Yeah,
you guys
thanks for having
with
me.
the next episode. And thank you, Yosefu. Appreciate it.
Bye.